Oh, sorry I didn't think the door was unlocked. It's getting a little colder out there, isn't it? It's that time of the year. A little bit spooky, would you say? Perhaps you're in the mood for a story. And I got one for you that I found truly remarkable. But it's not for the faint of heart. It's a little gruesome. It's a little shocking. But if you're up for it, it'll be one of the most interesting stories you've heard this year. So why not get into it, shall we? I bring you the last report.
Do you feel safe? Do you feel like something's watching? What is that behind the glass? What happened to those campers? You'd be surprised by what you'll find with a little digging. I recently came across a mysterious game called Last Report. Now I went into this $5 game with a pretty low set of expectations, and boy, was I underestimating it. The atmosphere of this game crawls up your flesh and digs into your brain. The rain, the lighting, and at every turn you're questioning just what might happen next. The pixel art is top tier, some of the best I've ever seen, and this game isn't afraid to start things slow, building the tension until... You start off with the most frightening thing of all, a job. You're a park ranger, not much different from your time in Do You Copy? Although this time, you're blissfully unaware of just what is about to happen. In the night shift, you'll be cataloging reports sent in from the cameras around the Green Trees National Park. Your job? To analyze the intruders, illegal hunters, vandalism, and something else entirely. The game comes off with a lot of information on how exactly to detail your reports. It's greatly overwhelming, but you'll come to follow the flow after just a few documents. Each report has a number, date, sector, and image, and description. All important details you'll need to scan. Much like the game Papers, Please, how well you do is key to your survival. While you familiarize yourself with the tools such as the computer, documents, and shredder, you get a knock at the door. It's one of your friends, a fellow ranger, John. You two catch up and talk about the recent vacation you're on. In the gab of conversation, he drops a quick mention.
Oh, and we're down to just walkie-talkies. Since calls don't go through, there's still no signal. Also, if the power goes out, just wait a bit, and everything should come back to normal.
The signal is down in the park. You and the others are stuck with walkie-talkies. You're only lying to the others in the camp. And with that, it's nothing but you, the reports, and the dark outside. You get to work. The reports are relatively standard with depictions of trespassing, environmental destruction, and unwanted fires. All the trappings of National Park ranger business. Until... That's odd. And it's from a sector not even in the park, too. What is even going on in the picture? You know what? It's probably nothing, a fluke in the system. So you shred it, not knowing just what has begun. The path that has just been another knock. It's probably Henry, the new guy John was talking about who needed to pick up his keys. He seems a bit nervous, not entirely sure what brought him here besides the nature and the pay. With that, he goes back into the rain, to his own cabin like yours to set up. Either way, that would almost be the last time you speak in person. You continue with the reports. A few more come in fuzzy and distorted. You shred those and the power starts getting a little unreliable. Just like John had said, just wait it out. Now something to mention, whenever you submit a report you can't leave your screen. You're stuck there till it uploads. No matter how desperate you hit the X, stuck in this moment, you hear your radio come on.
Hey, can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, I hear you. Over.
I'm currently repairing the signal tower in Sector A22. I need to check if the system is showing the correct status now. Can you check and let me know the status of Sector A22?
You hop on the Park Watch program and find the status of the station under repair. The weather seems to be picking up. The downpour and the wind make everything twice as hard out here. We manage to help the ranger get the tower back online. And then you hear a sound.
Who the hell was that? Definitely not one of the other rangers.
With that, you decide to call up John. No signal. Let's try Douglas, one of the veteran rangers of the park. No response. Another knock. Should I even open up? What if it's that guy again? It's John. Thank goodness.
Can you explain something to me? Why is there a bear trap in front of your cabin door? Are you kidding me? Do you even realize what that thing could do to someone?
John, I just saw some guy outside a moment ago. But when I opened the door, he ran off. It must have been him.
He set the trap? Are you serious?
We need to report this. That guy is probably still
in the park. I'll notify the other rangers to stay sharp, and I'll report it to management. We'll catch this guy.
He makes sure to report the issue. Meanwhile, you hunker down and try to blast through some reports and keep your mind off whatever is going on. Is this just a trespasser? A hooligan? On John's way back to the main station to report in, he runs into a group of people out in the forest. At night, in the rain, in a thunderstorm, in a staff-only area, no less. Everything seems to be getting stranger and stranger, but we haven't even begun. Between you two, you decide it's about time to check up on the park's resident grandpa, Douglas. He's late. He should have checked in hours ago. Everyone is off their timing tonight. Remaining calm after no response, you decide to call again later. He's been in this park longer than you have, after all. You don't know just what kind of night all of you are in for, what's just around the corner. Your next report is different from the others. It's a ripped up deer. The report details it was probably attacked by a predator, the largest being a bear in the park, but its gruesome killing is different. It's doubtful a bear would be so aggressive and sloppy. Just as you start to calm down, when the reports ease back into their normality, the power cuts out. It's Douglas. He says he needs to hang tight since there's a big bear outside. As you two gather around the lamp, Douglas reminisces of all the years he had spent at the park, how it's home to him. He even was the one to build your cabin, although it wasn't always yours. Your predecessor died here. The details of the body turn out to be unusual. No wounds, no struggle, but his body exhibited weird phenomena. After the incident was reported, a huge team cleaned up the death and brushed it under the rug quickly, without a trace left behind. Regardless, if you believe old Douglas or not, you fear such a fate. In leaving you, the power finally returns. Deeply committed to your job, you stick with the reports again. And it's not long until you find...
It's a dead body. I have to alert the other rangers. John, are you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
There's a dead body in the report, covered in blood.
Okay, stay calm. We need to notify the administration.
We need to do it fast.
The tension is racked up. Something's out there for sure this time, killing violently and brutally, not for food or self-defense, but more for sport, and it's close. Signal is dead. You're on your own. More and more deaths show up in the reports, each more deadly than the last. You get calls of people, perhaps tonight or from the past of those pictures. They say they have wounded and the line goes dead. Something's at your window. And thankfully you're smart enough not to open the door. It continues to slap itself against the glass without a sense of pain. Your computer starts to get infected with something. Every report inserted degrades itself. Finally, you get a hold of John. You both have been seeing the horror of the park. John says he's hearing gunshots and sees things in the distance. He wasn't able to make it back to his cabin, and now he's hiding. One of the reports talked about a heart of the anomaly. With more reports, you might be able to get closer to whatever this is. Or should you even keep going? Should you stop now? And the thing sends you an explicit message. It shows you your cabin in the reports, and something's back at the door. Douglas is here, armed and a good shot at that. He says it's happening all the same as the night your predecessor died. Henry, the new guy, is trapped. Douglas heads out to go help him, before it's too late, or is it already? You get a call. It's from an unknown signal. Someone named Doctor. Turns out he was the very one who left the bear trap at your door to prevent any monsters from attacking. He's been doing this for a long time. He sends you everything he knows about the documents on your computer. But like any Linux user, he explains nothing and leaves all the files encrypted. You keep pushing more and more reports trying to get closer to the heart. Douglas lets you know he killed 2 more creatures, but Henry ran off in a panic. Douglas hopes to link up with him at the main station and to get more help. More reports fly by, but one makes itself very known. A report on the death of one 7-year-old Emily. You're left with a drawing and very little else. You're getting closer to the heart, not much farther now. Then thankfully Henry is here. He managed to get to your cabin and... He wanted you desperately in his last moments to accept his deal. Who is this he? What deal? And finally, you're at the heart. You have a chance to end this. But it's too late. The creature is here, the thing behind all of this. He claims to be an entity, something that desires to protect the woods, but above all, he wishes to be unbound from this park. He gives you the option, say no and die, leaving the park to be overtaken by the creature, or yes, to complete the final report and allow him to leave forever. But your life is not guaranteed. You begrudgingly accept with little else of an option. You wake up, in some sort of ethereal space with someone speaking to you. The voice being the very predecessor of your job, the one Douglas spoke of that died. Within this world, you gaze to the side. You unfortunately see a rip in the world where all the other rangers had died that night. Your predecessor offers to help you escape, that you both will find a way out. But if we remember, your predecessor has been here for the last 25 years. So what kind of escape is there? With that, you both walk off, left to this void of space and time.
What the hell was that? That can't be the ending, can it? That's all we had? That's all we get?
But that can't be the end, right? That can't be. So many questions are left unanswered. Some I didn't mention in the video said if you decide to play this game, you'd have something to experience for the first time. To name a few though, what was Emily about? The little girl? Something surely is out there, right? What about the doctor who left you the information? He said that he's far away now, still looking into the happenings. Who is he and what does he know? What about all that's left on your computer, the code you need to break? Why did it destroy your shredder? Why did Henry say you needed to accept its deal so that he could live, but in the ending, he's dead? I didn't show you it, but what was with the flashback? What point did that serve? There's so many things left out. Feels strange. And so, I dove back in. This game is sure to have all sorts of secrets. A true ending of sorts. What am I missing? I regret to inform you that I must yet again speak candidly for a moment. This game does have a true ending, but I want you to hear me out first. This ending is profoundly bad. It is a tonal whiplash. The guy has a cape made of reports and he looks like a discount OC someone would make for their profile picture. Look, just moments ago we had this newly married ranger with a family bludgeoned and bleeding out on the desk. We go from that to this. I know this dev seems to be one guy or a really small team, and the true ending I'll show you is slightly more satisfying, but it feels like something made in a time crunch. Like the whole game was crafted with love and time and effort and ideas, and then the ending suddenly came. It made me feel ill in a strange way, like a bad taste in my mouth. All that amazing build-up, that storytelling, just for something so grim and depressing with no closure. You can have dark endings, but they have to make sense. Whoever made this game is clearly talented, and it's only $5, which is crazy. It seems like to me they bit off more than they can chew with this one. A huge idea incredibly executed, but in the end it didn't come together. Half-baked ideas and a weak ending at that. Honestly, I'm telling you, this killed my motivation to play again or even make this video. So on to the real ending of the game. I'm sorry, but I couldn't bring myself to play it all the way through again. So these shots are from Gamer Assault, who does a lot of game explained videos. Apparently, if you manage to unlock the files, they all pertain to the death of your predecessor, and he had created this ethereal pocket watch? What? More tonal whiplash. When you use the watch, you turn back time, and you file the last report before anybody dies. So, just this time, the only thing that changed is that everyone but you is alive? That's legit it. That's the actual only change. How odd. I'd gladly pay $5 more for a better ending here to such an impressive little game. It's beautiful, it's genuinely frightening, but in the end, weak. I look forward so greatly to what Monopixel Games comes out with next, and this game does deserve a lot of love for what they managed to accomplish with so little in their first game. If you ever end up watching this, please don't give up, I mean that. You clearly have talent. It's honestly strange when you think about it. Why is it that the past couple games I've done for the channel have had horrifically bad endings? It's like the creators can make competent, well-made games, just go out with a whimper though. Well, that was the last report. Thank you all for being a part of my life. I know this sounds parasocial or weird coming from a YouTuber like me, but I genuinely can't stress enough how thankful I am for all of you. And a little about me quick is that nothing in my life really turned out for me. In simple terms, my life actually really sucks. But this has been a blessing for sure, so thank you. I'll see you in the next video. It'll probably be something a little more goofy, but I will be talking about Look Outside at some point. Have a wonderful week, stay positive, and I love you all. Good night, and don't let the bed bugs bite.